For this project, I'm going to be replacing the hinge pin for my passenger side. And the reason I'm doing this is there's a ton of play in the hinge. So I've already done the bottom, and now I'm going to walk you through the process of doing the top hinge pin. What I have here is I have my new hinge pin, the bronze bushings. This is a drift pin so that I can pound out the old pin from the hinge. I also have a marker so I can mark on here the direction that it goes. Then I have my hammer to use with the drift. This block is going to be for when I replace the bronze bushings. Whenever you hit the bronze bushings back in, if you were to hit the side of it, it could crack it or damage it. And using the block is going to make it go in straight and also protect the top portion here of the bronze bushings. Get things started. You can see the play here. I'm going to mark where this portion goes. Like I said, if you remove it and put it on backwards, it won't go on properly. You'll have to remove the door again after. I've already loosened the hinge pin, but use a drift pin. See, you could easily get these mixed up because it looks almost exactly the same. One of them's at about a 45 right here. This one's about at a 90 degree, but let's say you were to put it on incorrectly, it's not going to open your door properly. So that's the main reason you want to mark it. Plus, when we're working with a ton of parts, it's easy to forget how to reassemble if you're not going back to the same project right away. But I will be putting this back together and showing you how to do that right now. But that's a good thing to remember. To hit the bushings out, I'm also going to be using the drift and kind of doing it at an angle. You can see it's loosening already. One's removed for the bushing. There we go, 2 removed. So next up, got the new bronze bushing. I'm going to put it in a portion of the way, or as much as I'm able to. I'm going to use the block. Using metal, you can use wood. You're just going to tap it in. This is going to make it so it goes in straight, and it's also going to protect the bushing so that you don't chip the edges and they don't get damaged when you're putting it back in a portion of the way, you can see. And now I'm just going to keep pounding it in. You want it to go in flush. I'll probably pound it a couple more times. There you go, a new bronze bushing in. It's a pretty quick job. It takes about 5 minutes, if that. Alright, now we're going to put the bottom bushing in. Watch your fingers. There we go. So new 2 bronze bushings put in. Now I'm going to reinstall. I have this in the correct direction because I marked it. So you'll put it back on. Now I'm going to tap it in until it gets to the bottom splines here. Alright, and there you go. Quick and easy job. There is like very minimal play in it, which is what you want. And now it's reinstalled properly because I marked it. New hinges. Look how smooth that is from those new bushings. When installing the door onto the Barracuda, and this is going to be for pretty much any installation of a car door onto a vehicle, it's anywhere from a 2 to 3 person job, and it's going to take probably about an hour. for adjustments and having people hold it so that you can get it as close as possible to being even with the quarter panel as well as the front fender. The way that you'll adjust it, since you have 4 different adjustments here, you have the hinge that's on the frame of the vehicle, the hinge that connects to the door on top and bottom for each of those. The hinge that's on the door is going to adjust the door to tilt in and out, as well as on the bottom in and out, so that you can get it as flush as possible here, as well as here and down here. Part you want to get it as close as possible. The hinge that's on the interior portion that's connected to the frame of the vehicle is going to bring the door up and down. And when you get it adjusted correctly, when it's up and down, it's also going to move it forward and back a little bit so that the gap between the fender and the gap that's between the quarter panel is going to be even. Before I even do any of those, I remove the striker because it's much easier to adjust the door and see how it sits without the striker. Over the years, as the hinge pins go bad, people tend to adjust the striker rather than replacing the hinge pins. So if you remove the striker first and then do all your adjustments with the hinges, it'll be much easier to adjust the striker to where it needs to sit, so that once you close your door, you have it where it sits where it's supposed to, with the gapping, evenness of the panels, and the gapping here. Beautiful.